Hello everybody, welcome back to another Saturday Anything Goes. I hope that you all are having a pleasant weekend. It's such a beautiful night out tonight. And I saw fireflies. Can't believe it, I haven't seen fireflies in like forever. So that's always to be one of the funnest things about summer. All right, so what are we going to do tonight? Well, I thought we'd go back to card making, but we're going to make a card with a twist. And it's called a slide and lock card. Before that, though, if you're out there, please say hello so I can give you a shout out. And I'll try to keep checking the comments as I go along so I don't miss anybody. All right, back to the card. So why do we call it a slide and lock? Well, this is why. You can't open it like you would a regular card. So what you have to do is the front piece slides off, and then you're able to open your card. I haven't put anything on the inside yet of this one. And so it's actually a card in two pieces, if you think of it that way. It's really easy to make, even though it looks kind of like, well, how the heck did you get it to slide on and off? If I turn this sideways, you'll see that I have open areas where, and this is always a hard part for me because I'm really not that coordinated, where you can slide the pieces of your card into those slots and then slide it down just like that. Sometimes it's easier if you stand it up. So that's what we're going to make. Hi, Roz. Hello, Jean. Thanks, ladies, for joining me tonight. Okay, so let me show you what we're going to use tonight to make our card. Before I do that, though, sneak peek. Look what I just got. Yep, it is. They're not calling it the holiday catalog anymore. They're calling it the mini catalog. I can't show you the inside, but you can look forward. I just put in a Christmas order or an order for the catalog. So I'm hoping it arrives by next Saturday, and we'll go in and start working with this. Okay. Now, also want to take a minute, just in case you have not been on for the past 3 or 4 times, we're going to go back to using our Forever Greenery Dsp. I just love, love, love this paper. It is just full of beautiful colors and designs. So let me kind of flip through here and show you some of the designs. This is the one we're going to be working with tonight. So it uses colors like shaded spruce, old olive. Let's see, what else do we have in here? Garden green, pear pizzazz, and pretty peacock, and just jade, which is one of the new in colors. So I went ahead and prepped the stuff we would need to make it, just to save us some time. So we're going to be working with pretty peacock cardstock as well as whisper white. So let me just pull my little pieces and parts, and as we go along I will give you measurements. I even did my sentiment ahead of time just because I wanted to make sure it was perfect. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need is our cardstock. And this measures, and it's a different measure, it measures 11 inches by 6 inches. So it is an oversized card. You would have to make an envelope that it would fit into. So I'm just going to put this in and do a couple of score marks. If I can get this open, come here you. And my score marks are going to be for each side 2 3/4. So I'll slide it down here to 2 3/4. Make a score mark there, and then I'm just going to flip it around and do my 2 3/4 again. So that's pretty easy. That's all the scoring we have to do. So we'll put this away. Hello, Sandy. Yes, I am teasing. The catalog is just chock full of wonderful stuff. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fold and burnish. Just like that. All right, and then we need 2 pieces of our DSP that measure 2.5 by 5 3/4, we'll say. And that's what I'm going to put here. And this has a directional pattern, so I kind of need to be careful and make sure I get it going in the right direction. So is anybody doing anything fun this weekend? I'm not even really cooking this weekend, not much anyway. I picked up a rotisserie chicken, and my brother brought us some sweet potatoes. So that's what we had for supper tonight. It was really good. Simple meal, but very tasty. All right, so I'll finish putting this on here, just like that. And we'll stamp the inside in just a little bit. Just to let you know, the piece of Whisper White you'll need for the inside measures 5 3/4 by 5 1/2. So that's this piece. But I am going to stamp a sentiment on it. Okay, let's work on our sliding mechanism. So for that, we're going to need 4 pieces of paper that are 4 inches square. What I did, just to kind of save on my cardstock, is I did 2 pieces in the Pretty Peacock, and I did 2 pieces in Whisper White, because you're really not going to see those pieces of Whisper White. And then I need to score these at 2 inches. So we've got 4 4x4 squares. 2 of them we're going to score at 2 inches. So there's 1, and here's the other one. Okay, now I know we're done with this, so let me put it up. And we'll quickly fold and burnish these. Boy, my paper is just sliding all over the place. And we may have to do a little bit of trimming on our front piece if it sticks going down, but that's not a problem because we've got plenty of the Pretty Peacock showing through when I matted it. Okay, so here's how this works. I'm going to take one of the pieces of 4x4 that is not scored, in my case it's the Pretty Peacock, and making sure that my open edges are to the outside, I'm going to glue these right to this piece. And here you want to be a little careful that you really line things up so that your sliding mechanism won't be too big. And what I do is I just line it up, and then we'll give it a good press. Just like that. And we're going to repeat the same thing over here. So I'm going to butt this up right against it, making sure that I am square with the bottom piece. All right, so that's pretty easy. Now all we have left to do is glue this piece to these. So for that, you guessed it, I am just going to run some glue and then I find it easier to actually stand it up, at least to begin with. That way I know that my bottoms line up. And if my bottoms line up, then everything else should line up, she said with a smile. All right, that's our locking mechanism. Last thing that I'm going to do is take a piece of DSP that measures 3 3/4 by 3 3/4 and glue that to our sliding mechanism. And if you hear Miss Winnie barking, she's mad at her daddy for him not sharing his chicken with her. Okay, so that is our sliding mechanism. Now I want to give that glue a chance to dry. So let's go ahead and move on to our front panel. So we're doing this piece now. And it's going to be at an angle. So instead of stamping, I went ahead and stamped and die cut a bunch of my little greenery pieces. And that's what I'm going to attach here. So I'm just going to do kind of a quick layout to decide what I want to pop up. I know I want this piece to go right there. So I'll glue this one down flush. Come on, glue. It's a brand new bottle of glue, so I know there's plenty of glue in it. All right. So again, I've got it turned so it looks like a diamond or triangle. And that piece I'm going to glue straight down. This piece, though, I think I'm going to pop up just so I can stick some things in back of it. So let me bring out my dimensionals. Come on, you. There we go. And we'll do one more. And then I want a thin piece for the stem there because I don't want it to droop. So for that, I think I'm going to take one of these and cut it in half. And I'll use the 2 halves. They'll kind of be covered up anyway because I'll have some greenery on top. But let's see if I can get my pieces small enough. Oops, get on there, you. Doesn't want to play nice. Okay, so we've got that. And then I'll have a piece that's right here. All right, let me look at it from the front. Like I said, if it shows a little bit, I'm not going to worry too much. Hi, Janet. Thank you for sharing. That's so kind of you. Now, I should give credit where credit is due because this is not my own design. I was going through some of the YouTubers that I really enjoy watching, and this card, the video I watched, was by Amanda Chatsworth, who's also known as Scrimpin' Mommy. She's a UK demonstrator, and she always has such fun projects. Are you going to stick there or not? Crikey. It's always the small ones that give you trouble. Come on, Lego. There we go. All right. So I'm going to put this one right, I think, about there. And it's okay that the leaf is overhanging a little bit because remember, we're going to mat this. Okay. So let me see here. I cut 3 of them. I don't know that I'll need all 3. And down here at the bottom, we'll probably put like a little bow or something. So I like these to be different heights. Let's see. If I pop that one up and I put that one there, do I want to put one here? Yes, just like that. I think I like that pattern. All right, but I'm going to pop this one up. Hey, I'm going to have to make an envelope for it anyway, so I'll just allow for that. And one more ought to do her. Man, it does not want to let go of the backings. This is a really good set of dimensionals. Hey, Miss Winnie, did you decide to come in and say hello? Oh, she came in for some water. All right, so I've got that one popped up. This one, I'm going to glue straight down. That way I kind of have, different dimensions in the card. So slide this one, I think, right there. All right, my last one. And I think I am going to cut my stem off. Yes, that's hubby calling the dog. Oh, are you going to hide under my desk? Are you hiding from your daddy? Are you mad at him? Are you mad at him because he wouldn't give you any chicken? All right. So, and I am sliding it in back of this one, but I'm also kind of propping it up. Oh, shoot, don't do that. Come on, let go my ego. Gotta be careful. And put that one right there. Hey, I'm happy with that. Okay, let's mat this. And then we'll figure out if we're going to put a bow down there and where our sentiment is going to go. Okay. So this is going to sit on top of this, just like that. I think my glue is dry enough. I'm going to go ahead and see if this will slide on easily or if I need to do a little trimming. So keep your fingers crossed. Up we go. Oh, it slides in beautifully. I don't think we're going to have to trim anything. Okay. And then this we're going to put just like that. So I'll straight glue that, being careful not to put any glue in these four corners because they do hang over the edge. So I'll just make sure not to do that. Come on, you. Backings just end up everywhere. All right. Pardon my head if it gets in the way. But I do want to line this up. And what's easy here is my points I'm lining up top and bottom with the very center of the card. Okay, so we've got that. I was thinking that I would put my sentiment right there, and I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to glue this part, but put a dimensional at either end since it goes over the card or over the focal panel. And I can line this up as well with the bottom edges of the slider. Okay. Oh, I forgot to take mine. Come on, Linda, get with the program. I was like, why is that not sticking? Okay, let's try that again. right, so I've got a dimensional on either side, and I've glued the center part. Okay, we are almost done. We need to work on our inside. And for this, I'm going to use this sentiment, "What's this I hear?" Well, all I can say is, that comes from Sending You Thoughts. Now, this is retired. It's not in the new catalog. I don't know if you're like me, though. I hang on to all my sentiment sets because you never know when you might need them. So for the inside, we're just going to put "Congratulations." That goes well with the outer sentiment. And I think I'm going to type this in, or type this. Oh my gosh, Linda. I think I'm going to stamp this in Pretty Peacock. All right, let me try and line this up. Get everything straight. Not bad. A little wonky, but it'll be fine. Now, we have lots of areas that you could also stamp if you so wanted with any of the Forever Fern stamps. But I think I'm going to leave mine like that, so I have lots of room to write a note. All right, so let's open this up again. I just think this is the coolest mechanism. And we'll go ahead and glue this down. Of course, I would pick it up backwards, or upside down rather. And this will slide right there. All right, let's put our sliding mechanism back on. And the easiest way for me is I just have to kind of start with this side and get one corner in, and then lift the second one and kind of ease it into the other side, and then I can slide it down. Let's do just a couple of embellishments. I'm thinking let's see, green. Do I want green? Do I want gold? I have those, but I think they're too dark. Do I want rhinestones? I think I want a little bit. Oh, you know what? We have these new elegant faceted gems. And I can use the clear ones. There's actually two different clear. So you've got those on this side, and they're, I don't know if you can see it or not, but they're faceted. I think I'm going to use the opaque ones that are right here. Let's see how that would look. Oh, I'm liking that. Just give it a little bit of decoration. And it's not too foofy, so you could give it to a guy. However, I know who this is going to, and she is definitely not a guy, so I'm going to break out my Winkostella. And just on the ones in shaded spruce, it lifts the color a little bit, which I actually like. Just softens it up and gives it a little added texture. Just be careful not to go outside the lines, or you'll end up with shaded spruce where you don't want it. Alrighty, that I think is it. So what do you guys think? Pretty easy card to make, right? Again, it looks complicated. It looks like there's a trick to it, and there really isn't. It's a pretty easy card to make. The only thing you have to be careful of is your measurements, since we do rely on being able to slide it down the opening. Our final card is going to measure 5.5 by 5.5. Alrighty. So what do you guys think? Hi, Sherry. Hello, Amy. Hi, Sandy. Oh, good, Sherry. Yeah. In the beginning, I was really good at not hanging on to any retired sets. I mean, I was just like brutal. If it wasn't in the catalog, I didn't own it. But then I found myself, as I was doing things, excuse me, really wanting a sentiment that had been in one catalog but wasn't in another. So I do hang on to my sentiment stamps, and I also hang on to my holiday stamps. Because there, if I use retired ones, it's just the family that gets the card, so they don't care. Oh, I'm glad you found me again, Sherry. All right, gang. Well, I will let you get back to your regularly scheduled Saturday. We didn't even take 30 minutes. This is one of the shorter ones, so yay! Anyway, I hope you guys have a blessed day tomorrow. And remember, wash your hands, check on your neighbors, and stay safe, y'all. Good night.